Only 5 survived from the team that beat Parma in Copenhagen last year. 4 of them in defence, where Andy Linnigan comes in for the suspended Steve Bold. Last year, Ian Wright missed the big night because of a ban. Tonight, he bids to extend his remarkable record of scoring in every match on the Cup Winners' Cup run. This is virtually the same Real Zaragoza lineup that beat Chelsea so comprehensively in the first leg of the semi-final in Spain. The one change is in goal, where the giant Anthony Cedrune returns. They're a fascinating foil to Arsenal's streetwise experience. A team as moody as they can be, magnificent in spells. No team has ever retained the Cup Winners' Cup. 6 times the holders have made it back to the final without success. But Arsenal, unlike last year in Copenhagen, start a clear favourite tonight. Belsué, the current Spanish international right back. Poyet, the Uruguayan international. Aragon. It's a mild, still night in Paris in the springtime. Ian Wright involved in a little shenanigans off the ball early on. This is Pardesa. This one from Higuera. Hartson's touch. Taken away from right by Solana. Higuera given away to Parla. One bite by Belsué. Nigel Winterburn. Aguado. Aragon. Arsenal will not want to allow Zaragoza to settle into their passing rhythm. That's a terrific challenge by Stefan Schwarz. Here's Paul Merson. Looking over the top for right, but miscuing the pass. But it will be important for Arsenal to try and keep up the tempo this evening and not allow Zaragoza to monopolise possession. Good challenge by Solana. Naeem, caught a little late by Hartson. And that will be a yellow card for the Arsenal centre-forward. Naeem is the victim. Hartson is the victim of the referee's immediate clampdown, and you couldn't really argue with that. It was a dangerous challenge, scraping the Achilles of the former Tottenham player, Naeem. Now the stretcher is on for Naeem, who wishes to get to his feet and resume. But the referee is forcing Naeem to get on the stretcher and leave the field. This is an echo of that edict that we saw in the World Cup finals last summer, which hasn't been applied very often. And there's Naeem's answer to it. Thanks for the ride, but I'd like to get back involved. But he's not on yet. It's come for Higuera. Ambitious. As much as the Italians can do to beat David Seaman from the penalty spot, let alone from that kind of angle. Real Zaragoza are currently 3rd in the Spanish First Division, so they're well on the way to claiming at least a UEFA Cup spot for next season. But Arsenal, in mid-table in the Premiership, need to win tonight if they're to figure in the major European competitions next season. They know their mid-table position could have been worse, but for a couple of vital wins in the last month or so. Happy for the relegation scramble to develop at home as they chase European glory again. Parla. Dixon. Linnigan is up there. It's well won by Poyet. Keown. Merson. Parla. Hartson, good control. trying to set up Keown. Naeem managed to get in there, and Naeem has managed to get himself a free kick. John Hartson did well to get a hold of the ball there, but before he could set anybody up, it was just whipped away from him by Cáceres. Poyet fouling Parla. Hartson's header. Couldn't quite direct it for right. Keown. Headed by Solana. Cut out by Naeem, but it's fallen for Parla, who chanced his arm. All the pace was taken off the shot by Poyet. Adams going back to Seaman. Aguado's header. Schwarz. Dixon. Easy for Cáceres. Neither side has been unduly stretched in these opening 20 minutes or so. Esnaider has won himself a free kick from Schwarz. Maybe had a tangle of the arms as much as anything. Pardesa caught from behind by Linnigan, and that was a rather rash challenge. He wasn't likely to steal that from Miguel Pardesa. It's Victor Fernandez, the Real Zaragoza coach. A young coach he is too, just 34 years of age. Quarter of the match gone. Naeem will take the free kick for Zaragoza. Linnigan managed to clear it against Poyet, and then Adams slicing it away for the throw-in. Aragon. Parla quickly upon him, and now Ian Wright. He might have to go it alone. Challenge came in from behind by Aguado, but was fair and true. Wright was far from convinced, and he's telling the referee so, but I think Aguado won the ball pretty cleanly there. Gustavo Poyet. Robbed by Stefan Schwarz, but it's come here for Solana. Esnaider, good challenge by Adams. Way by Keown to Parla. Tripped by Naeem. Stuart Houston is up on his feet, appealing the referee to do something about Naeem's misdemeanors. Dixon. Schwarz. Merson. Parla. This is promising. Wright is there. Well, he's a player who seems to be making up for lost time all the time. Ian Wright, his professional career started late, and tonight he's trying to make up for the fact that he was suspended from last year's final. The most frustrating experience for a man who enjoys his football and is as ambitious as Wright. Higuera to Aguado. Pardesa. But Zaragoza are certainly not clicking in the way that they did in some wonderful spells of that first semi-final against Chelsea. And Arsenal are having a very, very good spell. Hartson has found Wright. Still Wright. And it was hooked behind his own goal, with Keown waiting by the fullback Solana. Ian Wright taking on Cáceres, the Argentine World Cup defender, and beating him. Goalkeeper committed, and Solana only just avoided playing the ball into his own goal. Half an hour gone, Arsenal's first corner. Some very good pressure, though, from the champions. It's a header from Hartson, and it's claimed by Cedrune. He had to wrestle for space there with Aguado. But the cup holders are making a very confident defence. Belsway. Esnaider. Pardesa. Brought down by Merson. Pardesa always looked likely to wriggle away from Paul Merson then. It was a rather forlorn and desperate challenge. Yellow card for Merson for the challenge. Naeem is standing hands on hips and looking favourite to take this, number 5. Well, they work some snappy little 1-2s around the box from some of these free kicks. Naeem going for glory. And Arsenal fans behind that goal, giving Naeem the kind of verbal treatment that a former Tottenham player would expect in these circumstances. Now Esnaider, Pardesa making a run beyond him. Nothing much else happening for Esnaider. The support's arriving now, but not. Belsway. Into Pardesa, he's offside, he won't count. Arsenal were stretched there. That crossfield pass rather opened them up, but Pardesa had gone on a good pace or more beyond the last man. Lost his bearings a little bit, and it was an opportunity wasted by him. Belsway, the right back, had popped up there to cause the problems. Schwarz. Cáceres. 15-all. Free kick given against Adams. Well, it was a clean jump. Any contact he made with Pardesa was at the moment he was making contact with the ball. Victor Fernandez's side unable to truly express themselves in this first half. Naeem. It's Arsenal who've come the closest to scoring. Cáceres. Aragon. Aguado. Adams challenging Esnaider. Last minute of the first half. Solana conceding the throw. Wright had just left that spot. Naeem. Again up. Oh, Winterburn's turned it on into the path of Esnaider unwillingly. And Esnaider's shot just beats the far post. Well, it wasn't the best of angles for the big Argentine, but it wasn't the best of unwitting interventions by Winterburn. Keown won it for Hartson. Dixon. Caught by Naeem. Keown is down, having hurt his face in that collision. Arsenal are doing their best actually to talk Naeem into the referee's book. Bray play by Martin Keown. Arsenal have also got, there's a lot of blood on Keown's face, and Arsenal have still got a problem with Winterburn, who's doing some back stretches at the moment. It's an injury he's been nursing throughout the half. Dixon with a free kick, and quite happy just to knock the ball out of play, I think. And let's get to half-time and nurse our wounded. There is the end of the first half. It's been pretty evenly contested. Arsenal have maybe just about shedded it. Solana had to make a very good interception to prevent a goal, although Esnaider was allowed an opportunity in the closing minutes, the likes of which Arsenal can't afford. But so far so good. It's goalless at half-time. This is Arsenal's 60th game of the season, 15 more than Real Zaragoza. Another reminder of the exhausting nature of the English domestic season. Although they have had the best part of a week off since last they played. Aguado under pressure from right, needed the help of Cáceres. Sliding in and making life difficult for the man in possession, as Arsenal have tried to do all night long. Parla. Dixon. And I think Arsenal are going to have to make another substitution shortly too. Stephen Morrow is preparing to come onto the field. Here is Hillier, the half-time replacement for Keown, looking for Hartson. Now, is he being held by Belsuet? Referee had a good look from a good angle and said nothing doing. Well, I suppose you could say it was 6 of one and half dozen the other. Nigel Winterburn's back is the problem now for Arsenal, and they've lost both Winterburn and Keown there in a matter of moments. And Stephen Morrow here with the ball in his hands is going to play it left back and take the throw. Keown, a victim of that sickening clash of heads with Parla just before half-time, and Winterburn, who was soldiering on with a back problem throughout the first half, it seemed. Both now replaced. Higuera. Away from Parla cleverly. Looking for Esnaider, cut out by Adams. Will give him straight to Pardesa though. And here goes Higuera. Linnigan did very well there, stood up, made it difficult, made Higuera make his move. And eventually the ball ran kindly for Seaman. But Linegan found himself on the wrong side there, but quickly got back to make it difficult for Higuera. He might just have had a little tug at him, actually. What he didn't do was slide in rashly. Belsuet. The best of passes for Poyet. Parler penalised. Parler, in fact, got the free kick. It's gone his way. It was that sliding challenge there from Gustavo Poyet. Dixon. Right. Helio trying to support. This is Poyet. Cut out by Adams. Parler. Hartson. Hillier. Ray Parler again. Lee Dixon. John Hartson. He's a little casual that time. Aragon has found Belsuet. Pardesa. Higuera. Pardesa. Free kick given. Adams very unhappy about it. Felt Pardesa made the most of it. It's in a very promising position for Zaragoza. Didn't really have anywhere to go there, Pardesa. He just wrong-footed Tony Adams, but I don't think the Arsenal man did very much to block his progress. That's how many Seaman wants in the wall. Minutes of the second half played. Aragon took a deflection, a kind deflection. One terrible moment with David Seaman flying one way. It looked like the ball was heading for the other corner of his goal. As it was, he went for a throw. Pardesa. A dangerous knock past. Still Pardesa, and Seaman had to stand up and just beat it out. Equal to the challenge on his near post from Miguel Pardesa. He is a clever little player, and he completely wrong-footed Schwartz there, but it wasn't any possibility of him catching out Seaman on that near post. Poyet, Pardesa. That's a good ball for Belsuet. Three in support of him. This is Esnaider, let it run. Higuera, good save by Seaman. Higuera again, over the top. And David Seaman, who stood tall between the Arsenal posts time and time again during this Winners' Cup run, at no time more so than in the semi-final penalty shootout, stood his ground again there. And Higuera, with 2 attempts, couldn't defeat him. It was a powerful shot. Seaman just managed to get something on it, and the bounce wasn't particularly kind to Higuera. He couldn't quite grow enough. But was it offside in the first place? I think it probably was. I think there was a justice about that. Esnaider, though. Linegan got across. Small orange football being thrown onto the field. I don't think there's anything too threatening to life or limb. Naim. Lovely control that from Esnaider. Aragon. One or two party tricks now. Oh, and he sensed that Seaman was a yard or two off his line. inside by Poyet. Hartson. It's come back for him, Ophelia. Hartson's gone on here. Chance, oh, off the line by Belsway from Merson. Poyet's header only as far as Merson again. Aguado got it clear. And what an opportunity for Paul Merson. And what a piece of defending by Belsway, the Spanish international right back. John Hartson did so well. And the goal was gaping for Merson, but Belsway got back onto the one spot that Merson found. He just failed to cut out the first header, but well, it was almost easier to miss him. Game far more stretched and open now, far more attractive for it. Pardesa. It's also far less predictable. Esnaider. He's got the better of Ledigan here, who recovered well, very well. Esnaider appeared to have defeated Ledigan and made space for the cross. Without space, suddenly disappeared. Only Ledigan's long legs gathered up the lost ground. Pardesa. Back for Aragon to strike. Goal kick. Aragon felt that David Seaman had got a touch on that. Very cultured midfield player who got that crucial away goal at Stamford Bridge in the semi-final. Struck that well. Another substitution on the way, this time for Zaragoza. Higuera, the Spanish international forward, will be replaced by San Juan, who is more of a midfield player. There's some speculation that Higuera might even be left out of the starting lineup, but having come closest to scoring for Zaragoza, he is now replaced by Jesus Garcia San Juan. Well, what was Ian Wright getting all boiled up about? Well, there's plenty going on, obviously, on and off the ball. Esnaider, it's a good volley, it's in! A spectacular goal by Juan Eduardo Esnaider for Real Zaragoza. An unstoppable volley by a young player who is set to become one of the stars of the world game. Esnaider, the Argentine. Something out of nothing. And just as Arsenal were victorious with a stunning left-footed volley from Alan Smith a year ago, so it's an equally brilliant effort from Esnaider, which has put them behind in this year's final. Seaman never moved. Well, he's had his problems, this young man. He was actually banned from football for striking a referee as a teenager in a World Youth Tournament. He had a spell at Real Madrid which didn't work out for him, but it's worked out for him here tonight, and he's one for the future. And Arsenal, if they are to retain the Cup Winners' Cup, must come from behind. Well, the whole season has been a story of challenges for Arsenal Football Club, and so far they have met each and every one of them. They have a little over 20 minutes to find another answer to another question posed to them. Parla. Ledigan. Schwartz. Trip was by San Juan, the substitute. It's a good 35-40 yards from goal, this. Schwartz will just loft it in towards Linnigan. He and Adams really went for the same ball, and there was nobody to feed off them. San Juan. Belthwaite. Poyet. Having a tug at Adams' shirt. Oh, it's gone the other way. Adams has been penalised. Aragon. Here's the goal scorer, Esnaider. Fairly won by Linnigan. Hartson losing control of the ball, though, to Aragon. Arsenal throw. Hillier. Way by Cáceres. Linnigan. Fouled by Esnaider. But he is a tempestuous type. He's had all kinds of disciplinary problems in his young career, but what talent he possesses. Parla. Dixon. Oh, it was a nice angle on the pass. It just didn't have enough strength to reach Parla and Merson. Esnaider offside at the other end of the field. He has a little bit of the look of Mario Kempes about him, and certainly comparisons have been made. And he may just have the potential to become as great a figure for Argentina. It's his goal, just put Victor Fernandez within sight of the Cup Winners' Cup. Come for Hartson. Away by Aguado. Tony Adams playing now almost as an auxiliary striker for Arsenal. Belthwaite. A bit of space for Pardesa, but Linnigan is there. Solana's header only as far as Schwartz. Dixon. Adams waiting alongside Hartson on the edge of the penalty area. Dixon has played Parla in here. Still Ray Parla. Now Paul Merson. The shot from Hartson. It's there. Arsenal on terms with 15 minutes left to play. Ray Parla rode his luck there on the edge of the penalty area, forced it on, and Wright and Hartson went in together. Wright peeled away in celebration, as did Hartson in actual fact. The ball into the box by Merson. Well, I think it's Hartson. Everybody in the stadium is being told that Ian Wright has got a full house of goals in every match of the competition, but I think John Hartson has got his first ever in Europe. Merson. Tackled by Belsway. Hardesa. It's run through Esnaider's offside. Two more minutes. Morrow. Hartson will jump for that against Cedrune, who didn't like the idea of Hartson jumping for it at all. Free kick almost inevitably given, but the Zaragoza goalkeeper was intimidated then. Hartson leading with the right arm didn't help. San Juan. Poyet to Naim. There's Poyet again. Hardesa. Just over a minute remaining. Cross was deflected off Dixon and Seaman had to come to claim it. Free kick has been given against Poyet. Deflection was what made it awkward, really, for Seaman. Poyet just trying to get that extra stride in to reach the ball, crashed into the Arsenal keeper. Hardesa. Tackled by Hillier. Oh, it looked as clean as a whistle, that, didn't it? Hardesa's got his free kick. That's how close to a conclusion we are. Ticking into stoppage time. Aragon with the free kick. Naim. Good climb by Lenigan. Aragon. Hillier's been penalised again. Aragon quickly into Esnaider, a little too quickly for him. That's the end of 90 minutes, and there is no conclusion. Arsenal heading down the same route as in the semi-final in Italy. 1-1. Will it go all the way to the penalty shootout once more? The last Cup Winners' Cup final to go to extra time was won by Alex Ferguson's Aberdeen back in '83, Real Madrid in Gothenburg. Arsenal survived the overtime ordeal in the semi-final. I wonder what lies in store in the next 30 minutes or so here in Paris. Esnaider, who scored that fabulous goal for Zaragoza. Aragon, cut out by Morrow. Merson. Wright's on his way. The support is arriving. Oh, hacked down by Cáceres. There's a savage challenge by the Argentine. I don't think he made quite as much of a contact as it first appeared. Wright did well to ride it. First minute of extra time. Lenigan and Adams forward. Merson to take. Straight down the goalkeeper's throat. Foul by Lenigan on Poyet. Certainly hasn't let Arsenal down in the absence of Steve Bold tonight. Andy Lenigan. The match at Wimbledon on Thursday last was his first in Arsenal colours for a couple of months. This is a slightly different proposition. Aragon is the man who's going to strike it. David Seaman saw it all the way. Good hit, though, by the Zaragoza midfield player. See, David Seaman didn't see it all the way, did it? It came from behind a defender. Dixon. Parla. Hillier. Morrow. Nice approach play from Arsenal. Schwartz. Dixon to Hartson this time. Just couldn't quite work it out with Merson. Esnaider. Poyet. Esnaider has run into space behind Dixon and has got two in support to his right. And Dixon has got back with a really good challenge. In fact, he claims goal kick. Corner's been given. Had to be well timed, that. It was. Esnaider was sizing up a cross for San Juan and Pardesa, who were up in the box. Worked short with Pardesa. Naeem again. Aguado. Oh, what a save by Seaman! Well, is there no end to this man's heroics in this Cup Winners' Cup run? He had a little bit of luck, but my goodness, he earned it. Terrific save from Aguado's header. Wonderful stop. The final outfield substitution will be made now by Victor Fernandez. Heli is either a left-back, left midfield player who has been regularly involved in the Cup Winners' Cup run. And Naeem is the player that will be replaced. In fact, it's not Naeem, it's San Juan, the first substitute, who's been called across. Naeem's going to get a reprieve. Naeem's been called across to fill in for San Juan on the right-hand side. Five more minutes. Naeem, Belthwaite. Arsenal throw. It was the FA Cup win of 1993, of course, which set all this rolling, which qualified Arsenal for last season's Cup Winners' Cup. And that, you will recall, was won at Wembley with virtually the last header of the game from Andy Linnigan. Pardesa. Tackled by Adams. The Zaragoza throw. Pardesa continues to cause problems. Naeem with the cross. Poyet with the header. He is a big, strapping man. He climbs well, did very well there against Tony Adams. I suppose you'd have to say that Zaragoza have looked slightly the more likely to win it in extra time, but there's been very, very little to choose between the two teams in the course of the game. Right. Morrow's ball might just Backs it up nicely here for White. It has done. The deflection wasn't quite so kind. Aragon to the substitute Heli. Parler has been tireless tonight. He was eventually penalised. Two more minutes. Free kick headed on by Poyet. This is Pardesa. Naeem cut out though by Parler and cleared by Adams and on by Merson, and here goes Wright. Cedru, the goalkeeper, committed, and he's just going to win the race. And just when you sense that it's petering out towards the big climax of a penalty shootout, both sides have a moment of encouragement that they might win it before then. There's just over a minute of extra time remaining. Tony Adams is making his way forward here. But it's going to be to no avail because Cáceres has it for Zaragoza. Arsenal throw though. Merson. Adams is in there, but not there. The choice of ends for a penalty competition would be very interesting because the player has won the Cup Winners' Cup for Real Zaragoza with a most extraordinary goal. David Seaman, preparing himself for more penalty heroics, is caught out by an impossible finish from Naeem. Injury time in extra time. And there can be no answer to that. What an irony. Naeem, who won the FA Cup with Tottenham Hotspur, who was involved in those classic cup encounters with Arsenal, scoring a dream goal. But when Arsenal wake up in the morning, it will really have happened. And Seaman got one desperate hand on the ball but couldn't keep it out. It's a miracle goal. And it's the last moment in this incredible European adventure for Arsenal. At the end of a most curious season, Real Zaragoza, victorious over Chelsea in the semi-finals, have now beaten Arsenal in the final, and there is no happy ending to the incredible story of Arsenal's season. Their rocky ride has ended with a real bump here in Paris tonight. A year ago in Copenhagen, it was Tony Adams of Arsenal. Tonight in Paris, it's Miguel Pardesa of Real Zaragoza. The Cup Winners' Cup departs Highbury, with it the hope of European football next season for whoever is in charge of the club, and departs in the blink of an eye to a goal which defied belief from, of all people, Naeem.